Good morning, everybody. My long lost friends of Flosstube. I am back. It's been like, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 months since I have filmed. I'm not gonna do a full whip parade because I have been surprisingly monogamous stitching right now. Like, I don't know who I am. But I'm just gonna go into this because I have a lot to show you for what I did stitch on since the last time I've seen you. I have some finishes. I have one kind of fully finished product. And yeah, all the things. So, hi, hello. My name is Erin. I'm the stay-at-home stitcher. And I don't have a mugshot for you today because I have a new obsession. These things are so expensive for what they are, but they're so freaking good. So, Black Rifle Coffee Company is one of my favorite coffees. They came out with an espresso with cream in a can. This one can is only 170 calories, but the sugar's in it. 23 grams of sugars. It keeps me going. I don't even care. I put it over ice, and I have been drinking it in my feather cup. So, I'm coffeeed up. Let's go. First off, let's kind of just talk about 2022 is gone. It's gone. Good riddance. Keep moving forward. I am all about, like, don't dwell, just keep going. We had a ton of storms. We've had a ton of stitching, and I've done a ton of collaborations, and we also, I don't know if you remember me mentioning in one of my previous videos, if you've been here before, if not and you're new, we have chickens. I had a mama hen sit on some eggs. She hatched, I want to say like 8 chickens. Out of the 8 chickens, there were 4 roosters. We cannot have 4 roosters in my coop. I already had a rooster, so I would 5 roosters. So we had a rooster massacre. But I have meat in the freezer. So happy days. So I did that. Christmas, I did an exchange with 2 of my friends, Ashley the Stitching Penguin and Katrina the Gold Trinket. I don't know if she's going to keep that name, but I do know she's going to be making a floss tube when she gets back from vacation. So keep an eye out for that. I'll have her, everybody that I talk about, I will attempt to link in the description. But we did a Christmas exchange, and they got me so much stuff that I didn't even bring it all down to show you guys. All the stitching kits and just tools and cute things, and yeah, it's just a lot. And so I couldn't bring it all down to show you. Yeah, Christmas haul. I have a cheat sheet for this because it's been so long. I don't know if I'm going to call this Flosstube number 26 or just Flosstube number 1 in the year of 2023. Probably just Flosstube 1 since it's like starting over. I have some finishes to show you since my last video. So let's start there. Let's use this folder as a backdrop here. So my first one is my little Christmas cow. This was a stamped kit. You can go back to my other videos and see like all the stamping on it and stuff. And for those people that don't believe that the stamp washes out, the color that was stamped for the white was pink. And you can clearly see it is washed out. It is all white. Kind of looks like I missed a stitch right there, but it's a blue stitch. But Anyways, this is my little Christmas cow. I have no idea what I'm doing with any of these finishes, like how I'm gonna fully finish anything. So stay tuned. I have no idea what I'm gonna do. If you have any ideas on what I should do with them, other than pillows or in a frame or a flat fold, any cute ideas or anything like that, you can totally send them to me in my messages on Instagram, or you can comment them here, or whatever you feel like you want to do. If you have any cute ideas. And look at the back. That's one of my nicest backs I've ever done. Just saying. Not important to me. I don't try, but it just kind of happened. So, there's that one. The next finish is actually part of my Christmas haul from Katrina the Gold Trinket. I tell my son every night that I love him to the moon and back, and then he always comes back and says, but I love you to the moon and back 1,000 times, and I love you more than you love coffee, and I love you more than I love dinosaurs, and it's an ongoing thing. We've said it since he was born. I love you to the moon and back. And Katrina got me this. It's actually a pillow, like a zipper pillow cover. And it's just got the embroidered stars. It had a little bit more embroidering charted, but I like it just like this. So I finished that. It was super simple. It was just the 3 stars that I ended up embroidering. But a finish is a finish, right? I'm probably just going to throw a pillow in this and either put it like on my bed or his bed or my craft room. I don't know. Something like that. Up next is my temperature stitch. I did this as a stitch along with Rogue Mama Stitcher Amber, and I had Ashley the Stitching Penguin. I had her husband is an artist. Go check out his art, JL Garcia Art on Instagram. But I had him do a color chart for me because I didn't like the charted colors because they were all very fluorescent, and I'm not a fluorescent type of person. Like, I mean, you can tell I like the neutrals, I like the grounded colors, the browns, the maroons, the oranges. Like, I know it's not Halloween, but it's the shirt I put on. Anyways, he made me a color chart with the temperatures and stuff, so that I could do some colors that I liked. So each one of these little 5x5 squares is a day. This is how my weather had been this in 2022. All these oranges and like reds was like 70s, 80s, 90s, 100 plus. And then you can see the blue and I want to say it's the blue, and I think this brown, this blue, and I want to say the green is like 60 and below, respectively, like, you know what I mean. So there's that. That pattern is by Apricot Polka Dot on Etsy. And she has so many different people stitching her temperature stitches and stuff with different colors that each time I see one, I'm like, which one's that? I like that one. I'm like, no, it's the same one I'm doing. Anyways, the temperature stitch, it's done. And then the last stitch that I finished, I actually finished my temperature stitch, I want to say beginning of January, because I was like 4 months behind. I let it get way too far behind. But then the next one that I finished was, it's actually by Lizzie Kate, and I just finished it yesterday. It's a 2-pack, I think it was like a 2-pattern pack, or pamphlet or whatever. But this one was called Welcome, Sit, Stay. I recharted a ton of this. Not recharted, recolor. I picked new colors. So this was charted in this red. And I was like, no, it needs to be bright red. This border down here was charted in a light green, but I didn't like it. Grass here is not light green. I'm in Louisiana, it's dark green. I left the bowl the right color, but then the bone was charted like that color brown. And I was like, he probably shouldn't be chewing on a bone if it's that color brown. Like, So I stitched it in white, but then I had to go around backstitch because you couldn't really see it against my fabric. This is as charted. The flower box is as charted. The dog, I changed to the colors of my dog. And in order to do that, I took out the colors out of my box that I thought was close, and then I went and put them on his back to do my floss toss instead of putting it on fabric because I wanted the closest color to my dog. So this is my dog Prince. And I did an orange bandana instead of the blue that was charted because when we adopted him from the shelter, he was in orange. And so that's just kind of become his color, I guess. That's the color I coordinate with. Well, then the nose was charted in black, and I was like, he doesn't have a black nose. So again, I did a floss toss against his nose to try to figure out what color his nose was. By the way, his nose is 223. And then the flowers were charted pink. I'm not a pink kind of girl at all. So I recharted the flowers to look like sunflowers and I made them blalow. There you go, Ashley. I said blalow. So this one is finished. This is Lizzie Kate, like I said. I ironed it a little, just not completely. You can still see my hoop marks. But yeah, there's my finish. And then I have one non-stitchy finish. This is my diamond painting. Again, cows, because I love cows. This is a special shaped diamond painting where it has like these long gems, the bigger gems. It's not all diamond painted, like this is not diamonds. These are all special shapes. But yeah. And I love him. He's cute. So there's my finishes since the last time I've seen you. Quite a few things. I forgot two things. Let me grab it. Okay, just one thing. So I was talking with Hannah. What is your floss tube name? Hannah. Why can't I think of your floss tube? I will put Hannah's floss tube in here. I was talking with her on Instagram, and I had finished my fishing lures. This is Ink Circles Arranging Lures. I think I had already finished this the last time I talked to you, but it's fully finished now in the frame. This frame is from Hobby Lobby, just barnwood. And then I just put a piece of paper over the back where I finished it, wrote on it what it was, the fabric I dyed myself, stitched with DMC threads, and I stitched it for my husband to go next to his fish that's mounted on the wall. So this is the last finish I have to show you. Okay, now let's get into these whips, because this pile right here is whips. This is in no particular order. Not really, not a particular order. Oh, I still haven't printed out a picture. Lila Studios Let Freedom Ring. I started with Katrina. She actually dyed the fabric for mine. And it looks amazing. The fabric does. So, and you can buy this a lot of different places. I'm trying to show you guys. Of course I can't show you. Well, Google image search right now. I'm going to show you eventually. Okay, there we go. Lila Studios, Let Freedom Ring. And there we go. So Katrina had dyed some fabric because we kind of wanted it to look like an older fabric. And so she dyed this fabric for me. And it's almost like a terracotta color. And there's where I've got to. I'm doing this 2/1. Yeah, 2/1. And I want to say this is like a 28 count maybe. But that's where I've got to. It's just, I started in the middle on the building, and then I got burnt out stitching on the building. You know how I do. I get started on something, I get burnt out, I move on. I'll come back to it, don't worry. Up next is in a bag made by me. This is my Harry Potter stained glass piece that I got it on Etsy. Whoa, look at that crinkle paper. Hello, unorganized me. I could print it off on cardstock and make it pretty and all that, but yeah, you get the point, right? I was looking for that needle minder. So anyways, I used this for my rainy day stitch for 2022. So every time it rained and or snowed, I would stitch on this project. I'd put in at least 200 stitches. Well, I stopped doing that in probably about August. We didn't get much rain through August. We stopped getting as much rain, but then when we started getting rain again, I was focused on something else. You know how I do. So I got a lot done in the short time that I did work on it. This is the top corner. I have gone back and forth 1,000 times that I was not going to stitch all the black around the edge. But I seen someone stitch one of these stained glass patterns that's similar to this but different characters without the black, and I did not like it. So I went back and I started working on the black. Just filling it in a little at a time. I have recently learned how to do Royal Rose, and I might convert this over to Royal Rose just because I would be able to work on some black and then some color and then some black when I get to the other corner, and then, you know, back and forth. That way I'm not just working on black. I don't know. I might convert it. I really want to work on this some more this year and get some more progress on it because it's like a 300,000 stitch project. So, not getting finished anytime soon, but I'd like to work on it some more. Up next, in another bag by me, this is the Sewing Desk, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And of course, it's an Amy Stewart. I love the colors in Amy Stewart patterns. I just don't love the confetti sometimes. But you have to make that compromise, right? So here is the giant piece of fabric. I don't know why I have it folded inside out where I can't even get to my stitches. So I haven't gotten a whole lot complete on this, but it's because I just recently got all of the DMC colors and there was a lot of the pinks that I was missing. I'm doing this 2/1. I want to say this is probably 22 count. But this is like the fabric stack that's up in the top corner of the pattern. So not super far on it, but I'm gonna get that one back out. And I'm trying to figure out if I like the Royal Rose method of stitching. I have started it with my Gone Fishin', and I will show you that in a minute. But I'm just now on the second row, like second time across. So I went all the way across the top, and then I went back, and I'm starting to go across again. So I'm trying to figure out if I like, you know, parking the threads and going back and working the parked threads and how I want to do it before I convert any more patterns to that method. This is another bag by me. This is my, I don't have a picture of this one either, do I? Dang it. I don't have a picture on my phone either, so I'll have to just tell you to go back and look at my previous videos. This is my Harry Potter gnomes. I was working on my Hufflepuff, and it's got the trophy right here, and then a mandrake. I worked on this one the end of December. But this one's been fun to work on. There's just a lot of blends, and I converted the half stitches to whole stitches, and I put this pattern in Pattern Keeper actually. But yeah, I'm almost like a quarter of the way done because there's just the 4 houses and the 4 gnomes or 1 gnome for each house. Up next, Autumn Beauties. It's a fat quarter shop pattern. I worked on this one briefly. This is in a bag made by my mom. And just got brown on the inside because, you know, sunflowers. This is on, I think it's 14 count. 2/1. The fabric I dyed myself, and I'm close to getting this one done. I need to finish the wheel on the wheelbarrow, and then there's a old like farm stand sign that goes right here, and I have to figure out what I'm gonna put in it. And then there's some pumpkins that go in this bottom corner down here, and then up against the wheel. And then this border just comes like this. So I'm almost done. I just need to sit down and finish it, which is what I've been trying to do. Just sit down with the patterns that I'm close to finishing and just stitch them and just finish them. I don't want to say I'm getting burnt out on having so many whips. It's just I have so many, I don't know what I want to work on, which I think is why I've been monogamous stitching. So, up next, Crinkle Crinkle. Hannah. I still can't think of your Flosstube name, and now it's going to bother me, so let's go find your Flosstube name. I can see it. Hannah, what is your Flosstube? You are... It would help if I didn't subscribe to so many people, too. Hannah, the Okie Stitcher. I don't know why I couldn't figure that out. Kept telling me that she wanted to see progress on Jack Sparrow. So I worked on my Jack Sparrow stamped kit. quite a bit. You can see his one eyeball. And then I did all of this across the top. Here's how much I got done. I kind of want to do this one Royal Rose. I feel like I could get it done super fast if I did it Royal Rose. Just because there's not a whole lot of confetti, but I don't know. So I've been working on this one way too long. It's 11 count, 3/1. I started it in May last year. I should have finished it. It's just, I don't stitch on it regularly. Up next is Gone Fishin' by Donna Gelsinger. I had this one in the regular, got 3 pages in, scrapped it because I didn't like how big it was and how long it was taking me. Didn't like my stitches. It was one of my first haids that I ever did. Scrapped it, bought the mini. I'm doing it on 22 count, I believe. 22 count. So this one has gone through me wanting to throw it away. I love the pattern, love how it looks. I hate stitching the trees. I hate it. It is so much confetti. This mini has 2 less colors than the regular. And it's like a quarter of the size. It's confetti hell. Anyways, I got across the whole top. And then I have come back, and like I said, I'm doing the Royal Rose method. The Royal Stitcher on YouTube has plenty of tutorials and such to teach you how to do. I'm not gonna try to even explain it. Basically a parking method in a 10 by 20 section. I don't know how to explain it other than that to you this quick. So I'm on my second, this is my first row, this is my second row across, and then you park below. It has gone fairly quick, but I've also had it out for like 2 months now, just to get across the top the first time. Again, I know everybody says it takes longer to do your first couple rows to get your colors parked and all of that, but deciding if I like it. I really need to work on this. I probably will today to get some more colors filled in right here. Get some of these park threads worked and parked and kind of just fill in and then move my hoop and just keep going. A lot of people that do Royal Rose have it on a scroll frame or a Q-snap, or I like working in a hoop now because it's a lot easier for me to hold. I stitch on the couch, so I don't have room for a big frame. But yeah, you can see the detail in it already. Like, this is a tree limb, and you can see like the leaves and stuff. And then this is the tree that comes down on the side. And I mean, the detail is insane. But I'm questioning if it's worth the crazy confetti. Like, it has been crazy confetti. 1 or 2 stitches in a whole entire page of the one color. So yeah, if you stitch Royal Rose, give me all of your motivation in the comments, because I am trying to push through, and I'm trying to get it through the second row across to see how I like it. But it's just like, again, monogamously stitching on it has been hard, but fun, but frustrating. And I feel like this should be just like a easygoing kind of hobby, not so stressful. I don't know. Anyways, that's Gone Fishin'. Up next is Dino Forest by Forest Embroidery in a bag that I made. If you guys ever see a bag that you like, just comment and tell me that you want that bag, because I normally have extra fabric, or I'll sell you my bag. Not a big deal. If you like it, I'll sell it. Anyways, this is using the Forest Embroidery, the hand dyeds. I don't have a picture. I don't have a picture of it. I just have the pattern. I can't show you the pattern. Let me undo my... So this is basically where I'm at. This dino's finished down here. And then the border is worked all the way to here. About a quarter of the way. I need to just get this done because it's for my son, and I really need to get it done before he outgrows dinosaurs, which I don't think is going to happen anytime soon. But as soon as I say that, he's going to come home tomorrow and be like, I don't even like dinosaurs anymore. You know? Part of being a mom, right? But I like the pattern either way. So if he grows out of dinosaurs, I'll keep it. Not a big deal. So that's all my stitching. My mentions in the video, like if I mentioned you, I'll definitely put your link below in the description. So Amber, the Rogue Mama Stitcher, we did the stitch along together. She's a great friend of mine. She actually just sent me some really cute patterns as well in the mail. And again, it's all upstairs in my craft room put away because I have been decluttering my house big time. So everything's put away where it belongs. Ashley the Stitching Penguin and Katrina Gold Trinket, we talk every day, multiple times a day. Katrina's actually going to do a floss tube soon, so keep an eye out for that. I will share it on my Instagram when she does one, so keep an eye on my Instagram, the Stay at Home Stitcher. And Ashley's aunt, she finally decided she's gonna do a floss tube, and she works on full coverage, and she has like 170 something whips now, so I'm excited for her to make her floss tube. She said she's gonna make it today after work, so I'm holding her to that. Auntie, you better make it. I'm excited to see all of her projects, and I don't know if she's going to do a whip parade because it's going to take 500 years to show me 170 projects. Either way, I'm excited for her floss tube. I think I'm going to start recording my floss tube at the end of the week, recording what I've done for the week, but only uploading once a month. So if you guys like that idea, or you guys want me to upload once a week, let me know, because I'm trying to get on a regular schedule of uploading for you guys, because the 3 months without uploading kind of put me in like a funk of wanting to even upload. I almost just stopped making floss tube just because it's a hassle. It's not a hassle. I have to get a lot of stuff out. I have to move a lot of stuff around to be able to film for you. So, yeah. Other than that, I've just been going on daily walks with my dog. And my son got an adventure box for Christmas. And basically it's got an envelope for each month. And each month, he gets, at the beginning of the month, he gets to open up the envelope, and it has something for us to go do as a family. Not this weekend, but next weekend, the Extreme Motocross Circus is in town, so that's what we get to do this month, and he's going to be so excited for that. Each month is a surprise, so he doesn't know what's going to happen. I've been reading a lot lately. If you guys want to follow my Goodreads, on the Goodreads app, I'll try to put a link below. If not, just look up my name or go over to my Instagram and message me there, and I can send it to you. I want to share some books that I have finished. This is just like within the last like month I've finished these. I read the very popular Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. This is actually really good. I was not expecting to like it, just because of how hyped up it was. I don't know. Everybody like hyped it up and they were like, oh my god, it's so good, it's so good. And I went into it very skeptical. Yeah, it was good. I liked it. I read it. And still looks brand new. Probably sell it. Or if it's one that you're looking for, let me know. I would say it's probably a 3.5, 4-star book. But yeah. Anyways, the next one I just finished this one the other day. It's called The Flight Girls. It's actually, I think it's considered a historical fiction because it's inspired by real female pilots during World War II. I thrifted this book because the cover looked cool. That's how I pick my books most of the time. But this book, I don't normally read historical fiction, and this book kept me glued. And I don't want to spoil it for anybody if you are wanting to read it, but the ending, it got me. I finished it and I was like, what? That's the end? That's how it's gonna end? So, again, I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but it's based in 1941, so World War II. This is a really good book. I don't even know how to explain, like, if you like a certain book, you'll like this one. I just think it's a really good book, and it kept my interest, and it's got the female lead, female empowerment, all of that. So if you want to read this, it's on your list, or you're interested in this, let me know. I'll probably just start giving away my books that I've read on here, or I'll sell them back to the thrift store, or not sell them, but give them back to the thrift store. Something like that. I don't know. But if you're interested, comment below and let me know that you're interested if you are. But, oh yeah, this one, Noelle Salazar, this is her first book that she wrote. She's a Navy recruit, medical assistant, and NFL cheerleader, and was always a storyteller. And The Flight Girls is her first novel. So I thought it was very impressive for her first novel. I love the way it's written. So I don't know. It was really good. If you're interested, let me know. I always have a couple books that I'm reading at a time. And right now I'm actually listening and physically reading this book. I listen to it while I go on my walks with my dog, and I physically read it when I'm at home or in the car or whatever. It's called The Scribe of Siena. So far, I would say this is also a historical fiction. Again, I don't read very many, but I've been drawn to them lately. I would say so far this is like a 3-star. It got off to a slow start, but where I'm at now, I would say it's about 3 stars. So I'm excited to finish this one and let you guys know how I like that one. Next, I have Ashfall by Mike Mullen. This is a young adult. I would just say it's a young adult fiction novel. It's actually a series. This is number 1. I am loving this book. I read this like in bed and by the fire pit outside, and so yeah, this is just like a take anywhere. You don't really have to concentrate that hard on the storyline, but I'm like halfway through this one and I absolutely love it. And it has to do with the, is that gonna give it away? No, it's not. Okay, so it has to do with the colossal volcano under Yellowstone National Park, and about it going off. Sorry, I'm just reading the back to make sure I don't give anything away. So it's about a boy. I don't want to give anything away. It's about a boy that ends up staying home while his family goes a couple hours away. He's like 16 or 17, I believe. His family goes a couple hours away to another family member's house, and the super volcano erupts. And that's where I'm going to leave you, because I don't want to spoil anything. It has been really good so far and really enjoyable. So, Ashfall, book number 1 of the Ashfall series. If you like apocalyptic, I don't know, I wouldn't even say apocalyptic, like a what if story, like a what if this happened fiction story. So anyways, that's the books that I'm reading and just finished. I also read Super Life by Darren O'Lean, about superfoods. So there's that one. I don't have the physical copy. I read the book on my library app. So anyways, that's that. Welcome back to Stay at Home Stitcher. This coffee is amazing. And I'm going to go drink it and stitch. And my husband should be home from work. And then we're going to, I think, have a fire in the fire pit tonight. It's been really rainy and stuff here, and the sun is finally out today, which is why I'm filming my video today. And I think we're just going to have a fire in the fire pit this evening and enjoy the little bit nicer weather that we're having and just kind of chill. So let me know if you guys decide if I should upload weekly or monthly. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.